All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the Midweek Report. I'm Nick, and over on the other side, providing gameplay on Kenshi is, of course, Justin, as always. We're not talking about Kenshi today.
No.
Funny enough, we were actually going on about a few things before a few days before the stream. We were actually debating. At first, we were going to do something about what were we
Destiny.
going to do? Yes, Destiny was our original thing, and then we're like, hey, why don't we do this other thing? And then while we were doing that other thing, yesterday, I walked in on my mother watching the Grammys. Why was she watching the Grammys? Well, by her own admission, she just kind of flipped the channels and just kind of sat there. So she was watching that, and then she's like, "Hey, by the way, you know that a game just won a Grammy?" And I'm like, "What?
Nani.
Nani?" but uh, but yeah, no, it's finally happened, ladies and gentlemen. A video game has legitimately won a Grammy. Now, video games in the past have been nominated for Grammys quite a few times in the past, but none of them actually ever won any Grammys. But for the first time in history, a video game has legitimately won a Grammy for best soundtrack and musical score. What was the official title? Let me just check the official title. Um, Grammy Award for best score soundtrack for video games and other interactive media.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, during the main performance, this wasn't awarded. This was kind of the thing they did in the pre-show, where they it's kind of like the Game Awards too, and most other awards, where they kind of have like the smaller awards that they really don't kind of care about, that they'll just kind of throw out first, and then they'll get to the main performance with all the main awards and the big stages and presenters and yada yada yada. But despite that fact, the fact that a game won one at all is surprising. You're probably sitting there going, "Okay, cool. Which game is it?" Well, it's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or should I be more specific by saying Assassin's Creed Valhalla Dawn of Ragnarok, the DLC to Valhalla, of which I do not have. I have Valhalla, and I've played it extensively, but I do not have Dawn of Ragnarok.
Now, keep in
Really should get
mind,
that at
I
this point.
don't think it's linked to God of War Ragnarok, but that would be pretty funny if it was.
No. But that would be funny. He was actually joking with me out before the stream where it's like, I'm surprised God of War didn't get up there. And I'm like, you know. I
Like,
mean,
I'm not
God of War
wrong.
soundtrack is more. God of War soundtrack is more orchestral, which, truth be told, I don't see getting much appreciation at the Grammys. Orchestral music,
Mhm.
you'd imagine more hip hop, pop, rock, that kind of things. Those would get more recognition at the Grammys. Orchestral has kind of gone by the wayside in the terms of things, but
Yeah, what
that's
can you
just
do?
my opinion. I still enjoy it though.
Yep.
But anyways,
What matters is that a song is fitting within the setting that it's trying to provide.
very true, very true. I am a deep enjoyer of music, especially video game music. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm an avid collector of soundtracks and vinyl records for video game soundtracks if I
P-
am able to.
POV, you go to a convention and they get a vinyl disc.
I've done that. You know I've done
Yes, I've seen you do that.
that. I've bought vinyl records of video game soundtracks. Uh, and if I can't buy the vinyl, I'll just buy the regular disc if they don't have that. But yes, I'm an avid collector of video game soundtracks because I'm a very big enjoyer of video game soundtracks, so I'm actually quite happy to hear about a video game legitimately winning a Grammy for its soundtrack. And again, I kept saying it over and over again when I heard it. What surprised me most is that it wasn't the video game itself, but its DLC that won the award. So, like I
Yes.
said, and I haven't even played that DLC yet. I've played all of them except Dawn of Ragnarok because that's technically a DLC that wasn't included in the deluxe edition, which I have. So I have to go buy that separately. I think it's on sale right now for like 24, 25 bucks last I saw on the PlayStation Store. So
Worth
as of
checking
this
out
recording,
later.
at least, that might have changed. So maybe I'll go buy that tomorrow when I pick up my copy of Hogwarts Legacy, which we might do a review for. Maybe.
Maybe.
But that is not what we were here today. We were here to talk about the Grammy. So, what do you think of that, Justin?
Well, seeing the
Tossing it
video,
over to you.
yeah, seeing that a video game has officially actually won an award and has been completely recognized by the corporate media that is
The corporate
the
spiel, the
yeah
corporate system.
the system and all that. It's good to see. So one can hope now, hope, like seriously hope that any adaptations, anything like that, like all of it is given more care and more respect. That way, it can be done properly and actually earn more money.
I mean, we know the games industry has always been brushed under the rug by most of the kind of big shots over in Hollywood and the music business and just major pop culture at large.
Yeah,
So the fact that a video game finally won a Grammy is showing that that's maybe starting to change. I will be the first to vouch for the fact that there are many, many good songs in the gaming industry. Unfortunately, none of them get to this level of recognition, partially because they're brushed under the rug because they're just video games. So I'm
yeah.
shocked to see that they actually gave one finally. Who did they have to bribe and or kill?
Who had to die for this to be given? Who perished for this to be rewarded?
Who was unalived because for this to happen?
Who
But
who was given thous power?
someone just Thanos snapped and they just vanished out of existence and that happened. But
Insert Thor going no.
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 No. But yeah, no, it's again really interesting to see this kind of thing. I give my congratulations to Ubisoft, who has been touting this around all blipping day over all of their social media platforms about how they won the Grammy. I'm sure they're just as ecstatic as everyone else, being the first video game producer and video
We
game
did
franchise.
it. We did
to win it.
it.
Honestly, they probably popped the champagne at Ubisoft when they heard that. I'm sure they did. And congratulations to its composer, Stephen Economo? Economo? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry, Stephen, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Oh, my bad. Stefan. It's Stefan, I think. I can't pronounce names. Sorry. Anyways, congratulations to the composer. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. But again, it's shocking to see. Like I said, hopefully this will pave the way for more video games to win Grammys in the future. If there was ever a vote, I would have hoped that a song from Persona or Persona 5 would have won such a Grammy, but they didn't. I'm sad. But again, that kind of goes back to my original point of it being more orchestral and well, no, it has also pop and jazz in there too. So, funny enough, the competition for this year in particular, in the case of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and its competition for this award, was of all things, I believe, COD. I don't know how COD made that category.
But it did.
I didn't ever consider the COD games to be riveting soundtracks, but I guess they are.
I'll be honest, COD was never really a soundtrack game, and like, even like the older games like this with the zombie like Call of Duty Zombies, all those, even then like not really soundtrack driven, more you know game, shoot, you have weapon, use.
I believe, yeah, no, that's basically right.
Like it's literally just been here is weapon, go.
It was also against Guardians of the Galaxy, who had its game come out last year sometime. I don't remember. I played that game. Actually, it was a very good game. However, I discount the idea of Guardians even being on that list, not because it had a bad soundtrack, mind you, but because if you've ever watched a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, it's kind of the same problem that the Guardians of the Galaxy game has, where it's like the soundtrack of the game and the movies are basically just, I don't want to say pirated, but borrowed songs from, say, the 90s, 80s, and so on. So their soundtrack is basically just songs from the 70s and up. So does it really count? It's no original music. They just kind of pirated a bunch of songs from the 80s and then on. And then just called that a soundtrack. So yeah, no, I think it was quite fitting that it, of all the games, won the award. I was actually talking to Justin before the stream. It's not surprising that the Assassin's Creed franchise, and Ubisoft in particular, won the award for being the first video game to do it. Because say what you will about Ubisoft as a company, and trust me, you can say quite a lot in that category. They've never jilted when it comes to the music. Their games have always had very, very good music, in my opinion. I've always enjoyed the soundtracks from the Far Cry series, for example. Far Cry 5 has some of the best music, I think, in any of the Far Cry games. And I know Watch Dogs had a few great songs in like the radio playlist that they had, which I believe are all original, if memory serves. And the Assassin's Creed series, well, I mean, Ezio's family among the Assassin's Creed franchise is a legendary song, so that's unsurprising. So, it sounds surprising that they are the ones to win it, all things considered. Their soundtracks have always been incredibly, incredibly good.
Yeah. No, they've had some good beats when you're running around stabbing people in the neck and all that.
Between your occasional unaliving
Wrist,
people between missions,
wrist knife go shing shing.
between shinging people.
In between all of your shinging moments with other individuals, you get some nice music.
Some nice music while you're unaliving the guy next to you. But
Sometimes you rob them, sometimes you don't.
sometimes, you know, it's just a thing. But yeah, no, it's honestly this makes me want to go out and purchase Dawn of Ragnarok because, like I said, it's on sale. Got to go see what all the hype is about now. Finally finished that Assassin's Creed game because I know that Mirage is coming out in the next few months, sometime in 2023. So that'll be interesting to see. And this one's actually Persian, or I think Persian based. Or no, I think it's India. Yeah, no, I think it's somewhere in India based. I think either Persia or India, somewhere like that. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what kind of music they bring out of that.
Yes.
I know that when Ragnarok came out, there was a resurgence in Viking rock. I know what's that YouTube channel that does a lot of like game soundtracks or game like songs like does songs based on games. Oh my god. Miracle of Sound. That's it. That's who it is. I know they actually did a very popular piece, Valhalla Calling, after the release of the game, based on obviously the game, and it was a massive hit. And they even did a collab with another person, Peyton Parrish, I believe. So that was quite interesting. But yeah, no. Again, congratulations to Valhalla. Congratulations to Ubisoft. You won the first Grammy. Who'da thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Who'da thunk it? But yeah, no. That's all. What? Anything else we have to say on the topic?
Not really, no.
What do you think will be the next type of what game? Here's a good one. What game do you think will be the next type of genre to win, like best music for? Like, what do you think would the next game to win a Grammy will be like? Any
Honestly,
particular game in mind?
no, I honestly cannot say because of just how the media works and how the interest in gaming in general can go. Oh, I really care about this, and then all of a sudden I don't care about this. Like, honestly, you can't really predict. You can't really predict that kind of thing, mainly because of the fact that it's so bizarre in how it works. Like,
Yeah, there's so
literally,
many different
there
ones.
like there are days where I can go and see something on the news feed for a game, and then the very next day nobody cares, nobody talks about it. Sometimes people will be like, "Oh, that was a thing. All right, well, all right." And then there are other times where something happens and people will never forget it for months on end. So you you can't really know which game or what kind of genre of game's gonna be the next one.
Yeah, no, hard to say in that category.
Yeah.
The next Grammy goes to Doom 3.
Doom Doom 8095.
8095. The Devil Returns again.
Ready for round 2.
Oh my god. I can see that being a DLC name. I legit can see that being a DLC name. That would be a perfect DLC name for a Doom game, legit. But yeah, no, there we have it. Ubisoft won a Grammy.
Yes.
The first Grammy in gaming, no less. Or should I say Valhalla won a Grammy. So there you go. We finally have one, guys. The games industry finally has one Grammy. It only took us 30 years.
It only took a couple months and all that, and a few generations and everything, but don't worry about it.
A few generations plus like 6 or 7 months, give or take.
Now, enjoy the gameplay of this squad of extremely strong warriors. Go and beat in the heads of these warriors who sole purpose is to go and eliminate the bug and robot people.
Bug and robot people. I'm picturing
Yes.
this in my
I
head.
I am I
It
am
doesn't
the
look like.
savior of the bug and robot people. I will allow them to actually walk the planet freely and not be hunted just because they exist.
Just the very name alone raises so many questions.
Yes. The holy nation will fall. The light of Okrin's wrath will fall. As my main character goes and holds a high inquisitor on his shoulder.
And now I'm even more confused.
Yes.
Congratulations. But,
This is quite the scene. There's a lot of red stuff all over the ground. So a lot of trails of people crawling on the ground too. So I think these guys got to get
let's
out of
end
here.
this video before.
I think
let's
they need
end
to
this
leave.
Video.
I think they need to leave.
Let's end this video before it becomes unage appropriate.
Order in the court.
Well, yeah, order in the court.
Time to leave. Run away.
I'm revoking his gameplay access.